The city of Grayfield was a place that never slept. Cars honked impatiently, vendors shouted over one another, and phones buzzed endlessly in people's hands. Amid the chaos lived Michael Reed, a 35-year-old corporate lawyer. Michael had everything. People admired an expensive apartment, sharp suits, a high-paying job. But behind closed doors, he lived in turmoil. His life was loud, not just with sounds, but with arguments, complaints, and endless self-doubt. At work, he often lost his temper with colleagues. At home, he argued with his wife over the smallest things. He vented his frustrations on social media, posting long rants that brought him little comfort. He told himself he was expressing his truth, but in reality, his constant noise was pushing people away. One afternoon, during a heated office meeting, Michael exploded at a junior associate who had made a minor mistake. His voice echoed across the conference room, leaving the young man humiliated and silent. After the meeting, Michael's boss, Mr. Harris, pulled him aside. "Michael," he said sternly, "you're brilliant, but your temper and constant need to speak are ruining your reputation. Sometimes the most powerful response is silence." Michael scoffed. "Silence? That's weakness. If I stay quiet,
People will walk all over me." Mr. Harris shook his head. "No, Michael."
silence isn't weakness. It's strength under control." Burnt out and restless, Michael decided to take a break. He traveled to Oakwood Village, a quiet rural community where his late grandfather once lived. The air there was different, cleaner, softer. Instead of sirens and car horns, he heard birdsong and the distant rustle of trees. For the first time in years, Michael felt space. He stayed in his grandfather's old wooden house, a place filled with the scent of pine and the memories of simpler times. It was there that he met Elder Samuel, a 70-year-old farmer known for his wisdom. Unlike the loud voices Michael was used to, Samuel spoke rarely, choosing his words carefully. One morning, Michael joined Samuel in the fields. They worked side by side, planting seeds under the morning sun. Hours passed in near silence. At first, Michael felt awkward. He tried to make small talk, but Samuel simply smiled and kept working. Finally, frustrated, Michael said, "Don't you ever get tired of being so quiet? Don't you feel like people will ignore you if you don't speak up?" Samuel chuckled softly. "The soil doesn't complain when the rain is late. The tree doesn't argue with the wind. Silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means things are happening in deeper ways." Michael frowned, not fully understanding. Later that week, Michael accompanied Samuel to the village market. There, he witnessed an argument between two men over a piece of land. One shouted angrily,
accusing the other of betrayal.
The other man simply stood still, listening without saying a word. Finally, when the angry man had exhausted himself, the silent man spoke only one sentence. "Let us meet tomorrow with the village council and resolve this with fairness." The crowd nodded approvingly. The shouting man looked foolish, while the calm man earned respect. Samuel whispered to Michael, "Do you see? Silence disarms anger. A single calm word, spoken at the right time, is more powerful than 1,000 shouted in haste." That night, Michael lay awake in his grandfather's old house, thinking about his life in the city. He remembered the young associate he had humiliated at work, his wife's hurt eyes during their arguments, his boss's warning. For the first time, he admitted to himself, "I haven't been strong. I've been loud, and I confused volume with power." After a month in the village, Michael returned to Grayfield. The city was as noisy as ever, but something inside him had changed. At his first day back at work, a heated debate broke out during a client meeting. Everyone expected Michael to raise his voice as usual, but instead, he listened patiently, jotting down notes. When it was his turn, he spoke calmly, only a few words. To his surprise, the room went silent. His short, thoughtful comment carried more weight than all the shouting before. At home, Michael applied the same lesson. When his wife came home upset, instead of interrupting or arguing, he listened quietly, nodding. He realized she didn't always need solutions sometimes. She just needed his silent presence. Over time, their marriage healed, she told him one night, with tears in her eyes. You don't know how much it means that you listen now. Your silence is louder than your words used to be. Months passed. Michael became known at work as a man of quiet strength. Colleagues respected him more, clients trusted him, and even his boss relied on him for balanced judgment. His friends noticed the change too. They said, "You've become calmer, wiser. It's like you've found peace." Michael smiled, remembering Elder Samuel's words. Silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. It means things are happening in deeper ways. Michael's journey taught him and everyone around him that silence is not weakness. Silence is wisdom. Silence is strength. It doesn't mean ignoring problems. It means choosing when to speak and when to listen. It means allowing space for truth to rise without force. The man who once thought noise was power had discovered a greater truth. The loudest voice in the room is not always the strongest. Sometimes, the strongest voice is the one that waits, listens, and speaks only when necessary.